This is the number one tip. This is it. Here we go. It's called lose the word audition from your vocabulary. Banish it. Banish the word audition from your vocabulary. Cheers. Just going to have a cup of coffee while you think about that. And the reason I want to suggest this is because I've coached over 2,000 actors now. Every single one of them that I speak to says pretty much the same things when it comes to the word audition. And I'm going to test it out with you now. If I ask you now, when I say the word audition, write down in the chat roll, what do you think about? What do you feel inside your body when you hear the word audition? Just drop it down. Drop it down in the comments now. Just drop it down there. Right? Now, what I hear most of the time when I talk to people, I hear words. I mean, just so you know, words are what we call anchors. You know, if you hear a negative, you can have negative anchors and positive anchors. If I say the word audition, to most of the people that I've coached, most of them hear words like fear, worry, stress, anxiety, hopelessness. I'm never going to get this, which means I feel like, you know, I'm not worthy or something like that. The word audition connects to negative feelings inside actors' minds and body. So what I want to do is to suggest that what we do to spin this around is to change the context that your brain understands whatever it is that you're going in for. So if you think about it like this, the context that your brain is looking at an audition, when you use a negative word like that, is fear, stress, worry, right? That's the context. So your brain thinks, okay, what I have to do is to create that anxiety, create that worry, create that context. So what I want to do is to suggest to you this. This is what you can do. You can change the nature of the context. And I'm going to share my screen now, and will this work? Let's see. Ah, there it is. That's it. A plus BC. Add positive brain context. Okay? This is all you got to do. A plus BC is all you need to remember. Add positive brain context. And that will change the way that you think about things. So instead of thinking, I've got this audition which is going to make me feel bad, what I want you to do is to think about something that your brain feels positively contextualized, something that you like doing, like chatting with friends, like enjoying a lovely rehearsal, like having a good time. So instead of going into the audition saying, I'm going into this audition and I'm really scared, you can say to yourself, I'm going in for a meeting, or I'm going in for a chat with some friends, right? And your brain will recode that experience based on this new context that you give it. I'm going in for an interview with some friendly, warm colleagues. I'm going in for a lovely chat with friends. Right? And soon as or you can even include the act, you know, I'm going in to act in front of and with some really warm friends of mine. Right? And as soon as you give the brain that context, the brain latches on and changes the way that you experience that particular thing. So do let me know what you think about that. Drop down what your thoughts are about that. And whether you're going to try this out, check this out for yourself. You can use it in any situation. It works in any situation whatsoever. So the next thing I'm going to do, the second tip here for your acting auditions is this. Own it, name it, claim it. And what I mean by this is, most actors, and I've coached a lot of people with their, audition sides and things like that. When I say, okay, let's have a look at this. What are you going to do? Let's say they've got what most actors do is what I call first level pass through. They go the first level, and that's what they put down as their self-tape or as their audition. And that first level, let me give you an example. Let's say there's a situation which is a conventional one we've all seen 100 times. There is a doctor, male or female, doesn't matter, doctor and a patient. And the doctor is coming in to talk to the patient to deliver some bad news, right? Let's say that's what the scene is. And the scene is literally the doctor has to inform the patient of the bad news, right? Now, when I work with actors, they take what I call the first level. And the first level is always, that the doctor, and usually if it's a man, they tend to put on a sort of slightly, deep voice. And that's the first level because they're going to deliver something very difficult to the patient. And it works for women too, exactly the same thing. Same rules apply. You do the top level of the scene, right? And that's all that you do. And when you do that, which is great, and that is in there, that has to be contextualized, that's obviously got to be in there, that's great. The problem that you're going to have with that is out of the, let's say there are 30, 40 people up for the role that you're going for, the casting director is going to see 30 first level performances, right? You've got to change that. You have to change that. And what you got to do is think in a new way. Take your first level and then think, next level. What's the next level? How can you add something to the background of the character? How can you add something to the day of the character, to the urgency of the character, to the desire of the character? Something that makes it even more important. Maybe there's an obstacle that's happening that's really difficult that we don't know what it is. You see, when people say to us things like, do something unusual and something surprising, we tend to think, oh, you mean do something surprising. But no, what's surprising is when you go counterculture, when you go against the first level of the scene. Okay, I've got an example about this. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about this, and he was saying that a friend of ours, who was an actor over here in Dublin, went up for a film, and what he did was he played the scene, exactly what it was, a first level scene, which is a slightly psychotic man in a bar talking to a stranger wanting some information. And what he did was he ate food as he did it. Now, first of all, I could say, but think about this. If someone's playing a kind of really sort of dodgy, kind of critical, mad, slightly insane character, and if you're eating food at the same time that you're doing this, you're just what does that do for you? How does that change the way that you think about the scene? Do you get the idea? Let me know what you think about that. Drop me a line under here. Let me know. What do you think? I think it's great. I hope you like that. That's a really powerful one. I use this all the time, and it works, guys. It really, really works. Okay, and the final thing we're going to talk about today is what I call the scarcity and the abundance mindset. When actors talk to me about, what it is that they want as an actor, they want more work. They want more money. They want better roles. They want to get up to the next level. They want to create, a better character. Whenever actors use the word want, they're coming from a position of scarcity. Because whatever you want, you don't have. When you don't have it, you're sending a signal to your unconscious mind. And just as a very brief thing, by the way, if you guys like this kind of thing, I'm going to do more of these, totally free ones. And I will explain more and help you understand much more about the way the brain works, because your conscious mind is only a fraction of what it is that you're aware, of what you can use. Some people even say that we use 1% or 2% of our conscious mind, whereas our unconscious mind is another 98%. When you can start to activate that, imagine what you could take into the audition room or onto your self-tape or on stage, right? This is what we want to do. So if you give the wrong instruction to your unconscious mind from a scarcity point of view, I want to have a good audition. That means I lack a good audition. I don't have a good audition. That means it's not working well. And your brain codes that as I don't have this, which means there's a reason for that. I don't have this because usually, in my experience, I'm not worth it. Right? That tends to be what's under the bottom of this. So I'm suggesting choose what you want. Come from a position of abundance. Come from a place where you already have whatever it is that you want, that you're feeling good, and choose to have a good interview or a good meeting with friends. You get the idea? Choose to have a good meeting with friends that you're already enjoying. Get the idea? Fantastic. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming along today. That's the very first of these. You can see my over here now, the website's up here. And if you've got any questions, write to me at peakactors@me.com. Come along to the website. Love to see you there. And thanks so much. Come and share the videos. Oh yeah, just a reminder, if you share this, the person who shares this the most by the end of the week gets a full lifetime access to Total Audition Magician and a coaching call with me. So thank you so much for coming along today, guys, and please spread the word. And if you've enjoyed this, let me know. And if you've got any questions, anything you'd like me to cover in further broadcasts, do let me know. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.